What a month for movie fans! New updates on The Mummy 4 with Brendan Fraser, and the start of filming for Jumanji 3. Plus, fresh images from the Legend of Zelda movie, progress on Jurassic World 5, and a whole lot more. Here are the top highlights from the latest film and series news, all compiled into one big video. With this roundup, you're guaranteed to be fully up to date. Jurassic World 5. A familiar face may return for the next dinosaur adventure. Producer Steven Spielberg in particular is said to have had a hand in making this happen. And the person in question is director Gareth Edwards, who previously directed Jurassic World Rebirth. According to insider reports, negotiations are in the final stages. There's also likely to be reunions in front of the camera. Several reports suggest that Scarlett Johansson, Mahershala Ali, and Jonathan Bailey are all expected to return. The new film could therefore pick up right where Part 4 left off. As for the story, nothing has been revealed yet, and a specific theatrical release date has not been announced either. But since only 18 months passed between the announcement and the release of Rebirth, Jurassic World 5 could arrive sooner than expected. Filming for the Legend of Zelda movie has begun, and the first set leaks quickly followed. So the creators have decided to take the bull by the horns and release the first official images. They show Benjamin Evan Ainsworth as Link and Bo Bragason as Princess Zelda. Game creator Shigeru Miyamoto has already praised both actors, saying they breathe new life into the characters and authentically embody the iconic heroes. The film is being shot in New Zealand, a choice that immediately brings to mind The Lord of the Rings. While the production makes use of modern CGI, it also relies on large practical sets and real effects. The aim is to make the world of Hyrule feel as real as possible. Now, no plot details have been revealed yet. The screenplay comes from Derek Connolly and T.S. Nolan, known for films such as Jurassic World and Detective Pikachu. The director is Wes Ball, who most recently directed Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. The Legend of Zelda is set to hit theaters on May 7th, 2027. What do you think of the cast and the look of the heroes? Can this film adaptation of the classic succeed? Or does it already look like it might flop? We're eager to read your opinions in the comments. We've been waiting for Alita Battle Angel 2 for years. Now there's finally new hope. In an interview, James Cameron appeared very optimistic. He and director Robert Rodriguez are firmly determined to make a second Alita film. Quote, "Robert Rodriguez and I have sworn a blood oath to do at least one more Alita movie. In fact, we're thinking of an architecture that bridges to a third film. The reason for the long wait? Cameron's work on Avatar. However, he recently mentioned that he might not direct the next installments, which would also leave more time for Alita's comeback. We can't wait." A new The Mummy sequel with Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz. Nobody really saw this coming, but the project is now officially in development. Negotiations are already underway between Universal Pictures and the two lead actors. Fraser and Weisz starred together in the first two movies, though Weisz was replaced in the third installment. Well, this is about to change. The new sequel will completely ignore Part 3. The film will be directed by Matt Bettinelli-Olpin and Tyler Gillett, also known as Radio Silence, the duo behind the recent Scream movies and the comedy horror Ready or Not. Please note, this project is not related to Lee Cronin's upcoming The Mummy movie, which will be released soon. It's now titled The Resurrected and is set to hit theaters on April 17th, 2026. What do you think? Are you excited to see the original Mummy heroes return? Or should they make way for new actors? Let us know in the comments below. Finally, new images from Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. Empire magazine offers fresh insights into the mythical action epic, and some open questions about the cast have now also been answered. For example, it's now confirmed that Zendaya will take on the role of Athena, the goddess of wisdom. Also featured, Robert Pattinson in the role of the antagonist Antinous. In the story, he has his sights set on Odysseus' wife, Penelope. As long suspected, Penelope will be portrayed by Hollywood star Anne Hathaway. Her maid Melon, though, will be played by Mia Goth, and John Leguizamo will appear as Eumaeus, an old friend of Odysseus. There's also a new image of Tom Holland as Telemachus. Odysseus' son was already in the spotlight in the first teaser for The Odyssey, which, however, was only shown in theaters. A flood of images like this usually means one thing: the trailer isn't far off. Insiders suggest it could drop around the same time as the theatrical release of Avatar 3 on December 19th, though it could arrive a few days earlier. Once available, you'll of course be able to watch the trailer on our YouTube channel or in the KinoCheck app. The sequel to Godzilla -1 finally has a title: Godzilla -0. The announcement came on Godzilla Day 2025, along with an official logo. Production will still begin in 2025, with filming taking place in Norway and New Zealand. Unfortunately, nothing about the story or cast has been revealed. The team responsible is the same as for the predecessor, led by Takashi Yamazaki as director and screenwriter. Production is once again in the hands of Japanese studio Toho. Godzilla -1 was a major hit in 2023 and took home the Academy Award for Best Visual Effects. The sequel, Godzilla -0, is scheduled to hit theaters worldwide in late 2026. What do you think? Are you hyped? Or are you more into the American Monsterverse? Let us know in the comments. Production on Jumanji 3 has officially begun. Dwayne Johnson and Jack Black confirmed the news via social media. Johnson wrote, "Officially kicking off production of Jumanji at our cast table read in Los Angeles, where we will film as well. Feels emotionally appropriate for our beloved Jumanji franchise to end on this beautiful grace note of our final film. So it's now clear that the new installment will also serve as the finale of the current Jumanji trilogy. In addition to the returning lead actors, the cast now includes some fresh faces. Among them is Bern Gorman, known for numerous supporting roles in Hollywood, and Brittany O'Grady, familiar to many from the hit series The White Lotus. Their specific roles have not yet been revealed. Jumanji 3 is scheduled to hit theaters on December 11th, 2026. Donald Trump is bringing us Rush Hour 4. Yes, you heard that right. The comeback of the popular franchise is actually in the works. Brett Ratner is set to direct the film, just as he did for parts 1, 2, and 3. Ratner recently directed a documentary about Melania Trump, and the US president is said to have personally requested a Rush Hour sequel from the head of Paramount Skydance. Incidentally, he's very good friends with his father, Larry Ellison, one of the richest people in the world. According to early reports, the two stars Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker will return for Rush Hour 4. However, it's still completely unclear when the movie will be released, as the project is still in the early stages of development. What are your thoughts on this kind of political influence in entertainment? Perfectly normal, or rather problematic? First Spider-Man Brand New Day, now Avengers. According to new reports, Stranger Things star Sadie Sink is also joining the cast of Secret Wars. This is exciting for several reasons. On the one hand, it reinforces the suspicion that Spider-Man won't appear in Doomsday just yet. On the other hand, who exactly is she playing in Brand New Day? Based on recent leaks, many fans guessed Rachel Cole Alves, an ally of the Punisher. But this raises the question, is a character like that even relevant enough for the big Secret Wars finale? After the film, Marvel officially plans to launch the so-called Mutant saga, the new X-Men taking center stage. That's why there's already been theories that Sadie Sink might portray a new version of Jean Grey. But as usual, Marvel is keeping quiet. We'll get answers no later than December 17th, 2027, when Avengers Secret Wars opens in theaters. The new live-action Ninja Turtles movie is going to be completely different from what was originally planned. Initially, a dark adaptation of The Last Ronin was supposed to be made. Definitely not suitable for young children. But that project has now been unexpectedly put on hold. Instead, Paramount is pursuing a new family-friendly approach. The big inspiration is Sonic the Hedgehog. CGI characters interact with real actors, and the tone is light and easygoing. Producer Neil H. Moritz is tasked with making the Turtles appealing to a broad audience. He's also known for the Fast and Furious franchise, for example. Details about the plot and release date of the new live-action film have not been announced yet. However, another reunion with the four green heroes is already confirmed. The animated sequel Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem 2 will hit theaters on September 17th, 2027. What would you like to see for the Turtles? More fun like in Sonic? Or would you have preferred a darker version? Let us know in the comments. K-pop Demon Hunters fans are celebrating. There's finally an official statement about Part 2. Netflix and Sony have now officially announced the sequel, and at the same time, revealed when K-pop Demon Hunters 2 will be released. However, a lot of patience is required. The release is not planned until 2029. Of course, this is unfortunate for fans. Then again, the elaborate animations also take time. It's also a good sign that the creators are taking the time they need, rather than rushing a poor sequel just to cash in on the hype. Behind the scenes, there's still some discussions going on. For instance, it's unclear whether the sequel will premiere in theaters first or be released directly on Netflix again. Either way, there's plenty of material for the sequel. Director Maggie Kang has already mentioned that the story of Mira and Zoe in particular had to be heavily cut for part 1, so there's still lots of potential for new adventures. We're excited to find out what's coming next. Fresh details about the Call of Duty movie. According to insider Daniel Rickman, the filmmakers have opted for a modern setting. So we can expect a blockbuster set in the present day, without any over-the-top sci-fi elements. Filming is scheduled to begin next year with action specialist Peter Berg directing. And it seems he's already in the process of bringing his usual roster of actors. For us, this essentially means Mark Wahlberg. After all, he's starred in the director's last 5 movies. The screenplay comes from Taylor Sheridan, known for Yellowstone and Sicario. There's no release date for the Call of Duty movie yet, but we're guessing summer 2027. Hardly anyone saw this coming. Zombieland 3. Director Ruben Fleischer has now confirmed that talks about a sequel are underway, and there's even potential of a release date. Part 3 could be released exactly 10 years after Zombieland 2, meaning in 2029. That makes sense. After all, the second movie also came out 10 years after the first one. According to Fleischer, Emma Stone loved the idea of making a new movie every 10 years. And Woody Harrelson is also ready to return at any time. All that's missing are Jesse Eisenberg and Abigail Breslin. Then the original cast would be complete again. What do you think? Should the film series continue? Or has the concept run its course? Personally, we can hardly wait for the official announcement of Zombieland 3. The legendary video game franchise Far Cry is being turned into a series. And the US network FX has brought in some real talent for the job. Noah Hawley and Rob Mack, known for hits such as Fargo and Alien Earth, are in charge. The idea behind the series follows the concept of the games. Each season offers a fresh story with new characters and its own unique setting. Hawley is a big fan of the games and shared his excitement. To create a big action show that can change from year to year while always exploring the nature of humanity through this complex and chaotic lens is a dream come true. The release date for the Far Cry series has not been revealed yet. The series will stream on Hulu in the US and Disney Plus internationally. A sequel to Lord of War starring Nicolas Cage. The announcement was made a while ago, but now it's becoming a reality. Filming is currently underway in Belgium and Morocco. And Nicolas Cage is back, along with stars like Bill Skarsgård and Greg Tarzan. The story centers on the explosive relationship between Yuri Orlov and his son Anton, played by Skarsgård. Anton has established his own mercenary army in the Middle East and shows even fewer scruples than his father. A dangerous power struggle ignites between the two, escalating on both a global political and personal level. Andrew Nicole is directing and writing the screenplay, as he did for the first part. A release date for Lords of War has not been set yet. Stargate is back. Amazon is working on a new series with true professionals behind the scenes. The creative leader will be Martin Garrow, a well-known writer from Stargate SG-1 and Stargate Atlantis. The original Stargate creators, Roland Emmerich and Dean Devlin, are also returning as producers. They emphasize that this is not a reboot. The series will tell a fresh story that newcomers can also understand. The 1994 Stargate movie earned nearly $200 million, a huge success at the time. The hit laid the foundation for a long-running franchise that has built up a massive fan base, especially on TV. Are you a part of that fan base too? And are you excited about a new Stargate series from the original team? Or do you think it's a bad idea? Let us know in the comments below. The Gremlins are back. Part 3 now has an official release date, and a director has finally been confirmed. It's Chris Columbus, known for classics like Home Alone and Harry Potter. The Gremlins franchise is nothing new to him. He already worked as a screenwriter on the first 2 movies. Columbus will also co-write the script for the new movie, alongside Zach Lipovsky and Adam B. Stein, the creators of Final Destination Bloodlines. and the film will once again be produced by Steven Spielberg. Now, exactly what Gremlins 3 will be about remains a mystery, unlike the release date, which has been scheduled for November 19th, 2027. What do you think? Is it time for a sequel, or should the franchise be left alone? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Trekkies, listen up. A new Star Trek movie is officially in the works, and it's being made by the creators of Dungeons & Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. Jonathan Goldstein and John Francis Daley are getting a lot of creative freedom. According to the industry outlet Deadline, they'll write the script, produce the film, and direct it as well. What the story will be about is still unknown. However, the new movie is set to be completely standalone. It won't be connected to any of the previous movies or series. According to the report, the plot is based on an older idea. Over the past few years, there have been various concepts for a new feature film, including one from Quentin Tarantino. A release date for the new Star Trek movie adventure has yet to be set. Star Wars Rogue Squadron. The planned feature film had been on hold for a long time, but now there's new hope for the project. Insider My Time to Shine Hello reports it's now being reworked as a series for Disney+. Rogue Squadron is based on a popular video game series focusing mainly on spaceship battles. Originally, an action-packed blockbuster movie directed by Patty Jenkins was planned, with a theatrical release slated for December 2023. However, the project faced repeated delays. In early 2024, Jenkins surprisingly announced she was back working on the script, but then things went quiet again. Turning it into a series would be an interesting choice. After all, space battles are quite expensive to produce. But on the other hand, it's been very quiet around Star Wars live-action series. Officially, only the second season of Ahsoka is in the works. Insiders, however, suspect that new projects are already being developed behind the scenes. A Rogue Squadron series could possibly arrive as early as 2027. We'll have to wait and see if these rumors turn out to be true. The Conjuring universe continues to expand. So much for the final chapter. Part 5 is officially in the works. However, it will be a prequel, taking place before the events of the previous movies. The screenplay is being written by the same people behind The Conjuring 4 and The Nun 2. James Wan is also returning as a producer and creative lead. A potential new director is French filmmaker Rodrigue Quart, known for his award-winning horror short films. Since it's a prequel, we could see younger versions of Ed and Lorraine Warren, though no official plot details for The Conjuring 5 have been revealed yet. We'll keep you up to date, as always. New details about the second season of Shogun. Filming will kick off in January in Vancouver, and the two lead actors, Hiroyuki Sanada and Cosmo Jarvis, are returning. The story picks up 10 years after the events of Season 1. The continuation is set to further explore the historically inspired saga, once again highlighting themes such as loyalty, cultural identity, and power. The series remake won a whopping 18 Emmys for its first season, including Best Drama Series and Best Directing. It's not yet known when Season 2 is set to premiere on Disney+. A new Superman series is on the way. This one focuses on a very specific supporting character. DC is planning a spin-off centered on Jimmy Olsen. The story follows Clark Kent's well-known colleague and other reporters at the Daily Planet, with the main focus being on their investigations into mysterious cases involving dangerous metahumans in Metropolis. The primary antagonist is Gorilla Grodd, a highly intelligent, telepathic supervillain and ruler of the hidden city of Gorilla City. James Gunn has already hinted at his return. Jimmy Olsen will once again be played by Skylar Gisondo, as in the latest Superman movie. The script is written by Dan Peralt and Tony Yacenda, the creators of the award-winning mockumentary American Vandal. A release date for the new series has not been announced yet. Keanu Reeves in a new science fiction film, teaming up with Deadpool director Tim Miller. The movie is titled Shiver, and according to early reports, is said to be reminiscent of Edge of Tomorrow. Reeves plays a smuggler who finds himself caught in a deadly double cross in the Caribbean, leaving him surrounded by corpses, mercenaries, and sharks, all in a lethal time loop. Now, it sounds insane, but it's absolutely fitting for Tim Miller. The director is an expert in special effects and the mastermind behind the Netflix series Love, Death, and Robots. So this new project with Keanu Reeves is looking very promising. As for when Shiver will hit theaters, well, that's still up in the air. Final negotiations for production are currently underway with Warner Brothers. Netflix is producing an Assassin's Creed series. Now, there are new details about the setting and the cast. Filming will take place in Italy next year, sparking speculation among fans about which characters and storylines from the games will be adapted. After all, the assassin Ezio Auditore is one of the franchise's most popular characters, active in 15th century Italy. The first cast member has also been officially confirmed. Toby Wallace will take on a significant supporting role. The actor is best known for The Bike Riders and the Ron Howard film Eden. He's also been cast in the third season of Euphoria. Roberto Patino and David Weiner serve as showrunners for the series. They've previously worked on hits such as Westworld and Sons of Anarchy. The Assassin's Creed series is set to premiere on Netflix in 2027. What was your personal highlight in November? And which movies and series are you most looking forward to? Let us know in the comments and have a wonderful holiday season. See you next time, your KinoCheck team.